Hey scholars, welcome back to Mr. Brandon's writing lesson. So excited that everybody made it on today. Excited for a good day. So scholars, we have an important announcement to make today. So we are going to announce here in just a second the first grade Scholar of the Week. So this is the person that had the most Lexia minutes and Zern activities completed last week. So who's it going to be? Who's going to hear their name on YouTube? All right, so our Scholar of the Week for first grade is Jackson. Yeah, awesome job, Jackson. So Jackson did a really good job making sure that he got on Lexia and Zern last week, and he had the most minutes out of all the scholars. So awesome job, dude. All right, guys. So now we are going to get started with our writing lesson, and as always, we're going to pause the video and take out a pencil and a piece of paper, and we will meet back here to get started. So pause the video and take out a pencil and a piece of paper. Alrighty, scholars, so we have our tools out, we have our supplies out, and we are ready to get started with our lesson today. So scholars, like I introduced yesterday, we are going to be talking about character, setting, and events this week. So today, we're going to be talking about characters. So what does it mean when I ask you to put characters in your story? So when I ask you to put a character in your story, I want you to tell me who was in the story. So you're going to tell me, was it your parents, friend, yourself? Who was in the story? So those are the characters that I'm asking you to put in your story. So let's take a look at one of our first grader, Carson's writing samples from last week and see if we can identify the character she put in her writing sample. Okay, so this writing sample comes from Carson in first grade. She wrote, "A time I felt proud was when I learned."
It looks like she was trying to write the word learned.
So guys, as always, we make sure that we're paying attention to correct spelling. So guys, the word learned is spelled L-E-A-R-N-E-D. So just make sure we're paying attention to spelling. I learned how, so we need a little bit more space in between learned and how, so we want one finger of space in between those two words. Learned how to skate. So a time I felt proud was when I learned how to skate. When I first started, I had onto walls and tables.
I think what she was trying to write there was
I had to hang on to walls and tables. I lost my safety gear, which was need. So
I think what she was trying to write was knee. So knee is spelled without a D at the end. So knee and elbow pads.
So the next sentence is every day. So guys, it looks like we need a capital letter to start off the sentence. So I see a lowercase e in every day. So we want to make sure that that's a capital letter to start off a sentence. So every day I practice trying to hold my balance while on my skates. I finally got the hang of.
Looks like she wanted to add the word it.
So don't forget the word it. Finally got the hang of it after 2 weeks. I was so excited I could do tricks on my skates. So awesome job, Carson. So another way we could have ended that sentence is with an exclamation mark, right? Because you're showing strong emotion. So you were so excited that you could finally do tricks on your skates. So we could put an exclamation mark at the end of that sentence. And guys, who was the character in this story? So really, the only character in this story was Carson, right? All right, so thanks again, Carson, for letting us read that writing sample. You did an awesome job telling us about the time that you learned to ride on your skates. So I would probably give that a 4 out of 5 because, Carson, you had 5 sentences and they were in first, next, and last order. You told me character and setting, but you just missed a couple spelling and you missed a little bit of spacing and one capitalization. But it's okay, everybody makes mistakes. So we're just learning together. So guys, that is a really good example of a writing sample. So now let's take a look at my expectations just to recap before we start our own writing lesson for today. So here are my expectations for your writing each week. So kindergarten, you're going to write a 4-sentence response about the prompt that I give you. And I want to know the characters in your story, who was there. I want to know the setting, where it took place, where and when it took place, and I want to know the events that took place in first, next, and last order. So as always, scholars, we're paying attention to punctuation, making sure that we use exclamation marks, periods, and question marks. We're paying attention to capitalization, making sure that the first letter in the word, or I'm sorry, the first letter in the sentence is correctly capitalized, making sure that the word I is capitalized, and making sure that people's names are always capitalized. And then we are also making sure that we have spacing in between words, one finger of space in between words. And lastly, we're making sure that everything is spelled correctly. Now, first grade, you're going to be doing the same thing, but you're going to be writing a 5-sentence paragraph about the prompt that I give you. So you're going to be writing a 5-sentence paragraph about the prompt that I give you, given the same criteria. All right, guys, so this week we are going to be writing about a time where we went to the park. So write about a time when you went to the park. So guys, who went to the park with you? Did your parents? Did your friends? Which characters went to the park with you? What did you do at the park? What were the events that you did at the park? So first, I decided to put my shoes on. Next, I rode my bike to the park. Last, we played basketball at the park. So make sure it's in first, next, and last order, telling me the events. And then also the setting. So you already told me that you went to the park, but was it a nice day outside? Was it sunny? Guys, make sure you tell me where and when and how the weather was. So how the environment was. So that's the setting. All right, guys. So we are going to be writing this 4 sentences for kindergarten and 5 sentences for first grade, telling me about a time you went to the park. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's responses. And guys, keep up the good work. Make sure you're getting on Lexia and Zern so you can win Scholar of the Week like Jackson and Calais this week. Awesome job to you guys. And also make sure you're turning in your writing responses so that I can read them on the lesson and you can make it on YouTube. All right, guys, I will see you again tomorrow for another lesson. Bye.